Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Level Up Wednesdays with Carla Palmer and T Hill. What's going on, T Hill? How are you today?
Hey, I'm all right. Everything's good. I survived the storm we just had.
Oh my gosh, the storm. I am
hmm
like praying for all of you Oklahomans. It's crazy.
Crazy, been crazy days,
No,
but we
I
here.
know. I know. Thank God. Okay, so today we are going to be talking about carbs. Everybody and their carbs, right? People, oh, I don't eat carbs. I'm on a low carb diet. I'm doing this carbohydrate diet, blah, blah, blah. Let's talk about it. Simple carbohydrates, complex carbohydrates. Let's start off by talking about what the difference is between the two.
Okay, then. Difference between the two is simply in the time process, in the process of timing of the two, where complex carbohydrates takes a longer time to process versus the simple carbohydrates processes in a quicker time. That's
Okay.
your basic differences of the two. You know what I'm saying? Your
Okay.
simple carbohydrates are going to be your monosaccharides, where your complex carbohydrates are going to be your long length saccharides, where it's going to be three saccharides, three sugars in one link. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Well, minimum of three sugars. Where your simples are either going to be your mono or your disaccharides. It's going to be no more than two when you're talking about
Okay.
simple. So when you're talking about less amounts of saccharides, less amount of time of processing.
Okay. So if there are more saccharides, does that mean that the food is healthier for you? Does it mean that you're getting more nutrients in there?
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. A lot of us, saying, we get to hearing complex carbohydrates, and so we're thinking, okay, these are the good carbohydrates. These are carbohydrates I can just eat in abundance. Not
Yeah.
necessarily. Anything eaten in abundance can hurt you. But uh, what we don't know, there's cakes, certain pastries, white breads, all of them are complex carbohydrates as well. But
Really?
they're not, yes, but they're not good for us. You know what I'm saying? Because they're still processed, they're still a processed sugar. And with processed sugars, you have extra added sugars that's added in them that in the processing it's not required for the nutrient labels to even discuss that there. So you don't know
Hmm.
how much of this extra added saccharide is added in there. You know what I'm saying? So, and as we know, white breads are not good for us. You know what I'm saying? We know cakes and pastries are not good for us, but them are also considered complex carbohydrates. So you got to watch the term, and it's used kind of a little too loosely sometimes.
Okay. So when it comes to simple carbohydrates and you said it processes through the body faster, does that mean you get that sugar high and then you come crashing down? Is that why people say to kind of, make sure that you're not doing too many simple carbohydrates because you get that rush and then you go down and you want it again because you crash down so hard. Is that
Well,
true?
it still depends on the type of sugar that you're eating, because you know what I'm saying.
Okay.
Your simple sugars are also in your fruits and in some vegetables,
Okay.
non-starchy vegetables. You're going to have your simple sugars as well, and your fruits, of course. They're natural simple sugar, but you are going to have them. You are going to have them as well. So you got to be careful with them. You got like your simple sugars is your fructose, your glucose, and your galactose.
Okay.
That's your monosaccharides, and then you got your disaccharides, your sucrose, your lactose, and your maltose. Maltose mean malt beverages has, you know what I'm saying, like your
Mm,
brewing, any brewing beverages,
okay.
milkshakes, malt milkshakes, honey, your lactose. That's your milk. That's your dairy product. Your sucrose is what we all know as table sugar. Now
Okay.
these here sugars here in abundance going to give you that quick high and then that crash. But then you also got to be careful in eating too much of them also because of the blood sugar level, and that's what
Mhm.
causes that high. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So with men, you want to keep that down to less than 70 grams a day. With women, less than 50 grams a day to help, you know what I'm saying, maintain proper blood sugar levels. If you're increasing it more than that, there likely, very highly, you're going to be increasing your blood sugar levels, which can be detrimental to your health as well as fitness.
Okay. And so when you're saying the amounts for men and women, are you talking about carbs in general? Or are you saying simple carbohydrates?
Simple carbohydrates with them 70 grams. Your complex carbohydrates, like I said, they're going to burn slower. So you can be able to consume your starchy complex vegetables and starches are going to have a little bit more grams in that there, but they're not going to hit the system as fast as the simple carbohydrates. So you can eat a little bit more of them. Complex carbs such as like your sweet potatoes, peas for veggies. You know what I'm saying? These are slow burning complex carbohydrates that help keep your blood sugar level. Again, as long as you're not over consuming them,
Yeah.
because you can over consume anything. So to eat things in moderation, and you should be okay. You're always hearing, like you just said, about the I got to keep my carbs down. I got to keep my carbs down. I want to keep my carbs out.
Yeah.
A lot of times that can be very dangerous, even for losing weight, because your body needs carbohydrates not only just for energy, but when you're working out, especially with weights, guess what? Your glycogen levels in your muscles reduce. You need that refuelment. The only thing you're going to get that refuelment from is from carbohydrates. So you have to have that there. You have to have a measure. You know what I'm saying? It depends on each individual and what kind of thing and what kind of training cycle you're on. But you have to have some complex carbohydrates. So you don't want to just take out carbohydrates altogether ever
Okay.
in any type of training situation. But there's some situations where people believe I got to reduce it. I got to take out carbohydrates, thinking that that's just so much of the enemy. You know what I'm saying? Where necessarily it's not. A lot of the times with a lot of complex carbohydrates, they got vitamin B's in them, and vitamin B's in these complex carbohydrates, which we don't know, helps to process fat and other carbohydrates.
Oh, okay. You were done. I was like,
I'm like, okay, hey,
you
cute.
yeah, no, you're on a roll. I mean, this is good stuff. And so when you think about the total amount of carbs you should have per day, how does one figure out what their body needs each day?
Well, like I said, that's just dependent. That's all individual. That depends on where you're at. What you know, what I'm saying. What you know, what I'm saying. You might have some people that are diabetics. You might have some people that are runners. You might have some people that are workout. You know, what I'm saying, that are weightlifters. Everybody's that number is going to vary. There's
Okay.
no just set number. You know what I'm saying? Runners, they're going to need a lot of carbohydrates for you know what I'm saying because they're going to need all that extra energy. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? To be able to sustain that long run. Diabetics, they got to really watch and check how much they're eating because of you know what I'm saying the disease diabetes that they're fighting,
Okay.
or that they're trying to maintenance. Weightlifters, depending on what cycle that they're in their weightlifting, whether you know what I'm saying they're in a period of building muscle, or in a period of burning a lot of body fat. It's gonna if they're building muscle, they're gonna be in a period where they're gonna want a lot more carbohydrates in general. If they're in a
Okay.
period of burning body fat, they are going to be in that cycle where they're going to have less carbohydrates, but that doesn't mean no carbohydrates because they still want to be able to refuel that glycogen because they don't want to lose muscle along with their fat. Because if you're not eating no carbohydrates, you're going to lose a lot more muscle as you're burning that fat than you should. And you're not ever trying to lose muscle whenever you're lifting out, working out. That defeats the purpose.
So should somebody be consulting with a fitness nutritionist or I'm sorry, a nutritionist or a fitness professional if they want to find out exactly what they need for their particular body and their particular fitness or nutrition goals? Since they
That
probably
that would be that would be recommendable, but I'm pretty sure you know what I'm saying. You got so many apps now on all these cell phones and smartphones. They just compute in what they're doing, where they're at, and it'll be able to help them. That should help
okay.
them out a lot. My recommendation, though, I'm not tech savvy. My recommendation is, you know what I'm saying, talk to a fitness professional, a nutritionist, dietitian, and they should be able to help guide you, at least start you out, and then from there you can be able to understand the app world a little bit better.
Yeah, I mean, that's my recommendation too for people who really don't know. If they don't know much about fitness, they don't know much about eating, like nutrition and things like that. I feel like it's a good investment to work with a trainer or a nutritionist,
Absolutely.
even for a little bit, just to get you
Absolutely.
started. You take good notes and you apply those notes to whatever it is that you're doing, and then you just kind of evolve and you can go out on your own eventually. But I always recommend, getting a doctor's approval to go ahead and do that
First of
workout
all,
that you're trying to
absolutely.
do first of all, and then really just signing up with a professional, or if you have a friend who they know their stuff, but get the right advice because
Yeah, absolutely.
I see people doing it wrong all the time, and I'm not a guru, but sometimes I'm like, gosh, you just kind of need to talk to somebody. But
Right.
anyway, I mind my business. But
Well,
this is
you try and give helpful advice when you can, though.
yeah, yeah, and that's why we do Level Up Wednesdays, right?
Absolutely. That's what we got here for. Keep you leveled up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Level up your life. Uh-huh.
Exactly, exactly. And we're answering questions that people want to know the answers to. They've inboxed us, me or you, or it's questions that we've come across in different chats or listening to people at the office or at the gym when you're working out with the client. So we know that people want these answers, and I'm so happy that we're able to provide them with those answers, especially
Absolutely.
with you and your history and your experience, your long time experience in the fitness world, and me
Thank
being
you.
able to, lose 50 pounds 10 years ago and able
Keep
to
it off.
maintain a healthy weight for the past 10 years. I think that we kind of know what we're talking about.
Just
So
a little bit.
just a
Absolutely.
little bit, just a little bit. So let people know where to find you.
People can find me here on YouTube at T Hill Next Level Fitness, Facebook Thomas Hill, and Instagram at Mr. Next Level Fitness.
Okay, that's great. You can find me right here on YouTube, The Carla Palmer Show, also on Facebook, The Carla Palmer Show, and I'm on Instagram as GYSB Movement. GYSB stands for Get Your Sexy Back. So follow us on these platforms, social media platforms. I do a lot of Instagram stories. T Hill does a lot of Instagram. He does a lot of great YouTube videos, and a lot of them are involved. Have training involved, and so you can watch and see how he's working out with his clients and how he's on his own journey of healing. He is an amputee. He did not tell you that, but he is an amputee, and he's making great strides in his healing process. So we're really proud about that, and I love watching the progress. It's awesome. So
Join the From I Can't to I Can movement. Yes, ma'am.
that's right. That's right. All right, T Hill. Let's close out. We'll see everybody next Wednesday on Level Up Wednesdays.
Absolutely. Love you all. Take care. Next level blessings.
Take care. Bye bye.